On a daily basis, we are bombarded with negative news of all types, especially as we navigate this menacing and seemingly never ending pandemic. During rough times like these, the idea of cultivating personal happiness might seem far fetched or even selfish, but it's actually more important than ever before. Here to enlighten us and open our minds to joy is Rochelle Gapere, happiness coach and entrepreneur. Hi, Rochelle. Welcome to Smile
Hi, good
Jamaica.
morning. How are you?
I am great. And how are you?
I'm doing well, just easing into my day.
Wonderful. So let's start off, first of all, by what's your definition of joy? When we say to people, find joy, be joyful, what are we talking about?
Okay, so it's definitely a very personal thing for me individually. It's meant use, it's living in the present because I think for most people, we're so busy focusing on our past, which we can't change, or looking towards our future, which we pretty much don't necessarily know if we are even going to live to see the future, but we can not really even control the future. So it's really being mindful in the present. And so I think our power definitely lies in paying attention to our day-to-day actions.
Yeah, I like practical examples. So tell me, how did you find your joy?
So this morning, as I woke up, I started with my gratitude practice. Science and the research shows that gratitude consistently leads to greater and more increased happiness levels. So I woke up this morning and I did my three new things I'm grateful for. Before I give my brain the opportunity to tune into that negative wavelength of, oh, I'm tired, or why are we still in this never ending pandemic? I think of three new things. And so my three new things this morning is the fact that I'm going to spend time with you. I'm going to spread some Roro chair across Jamaica to whoever is watching this. And I'm grateful for my health. Yeah.
Yeah, I like what you're saying because it's intentional. Finding joy and happiness has to be intentional. Yes, every now and then something will happen and you might be happy about it. But if you want to live constantly in this place, it has to be intentional. So let's walk our viewers through some ways in which they can do this. One of the things you say is prime your day. And I think that's what you did this morning.
Yes. So, and it could be as quickly as a 2 minute morning routine. So, wake up and have intention. Have an intentional morning routine. And that's going to look different for all of us. So, for instance, mine was a gratitude practice. I suggest that people start meditating. And, most people are so intimidated by meditating, sitting with your thoughts, being still. But even 2 minutes, 3 minutes, start small. So, start with a daily routine that you and is something that lights you up. It could be a meditation practice, gratitude practice, exercise. In the morning, get that blood flowing, increase those endorphins, the happiness hormones, right? So it could be a simple 25 jumping jacks, 25 push-ups. It doesn't have to be something that you overthink. 12 minutes of movement, 12 minutes of exercise is enough to increase your happiness hormones and increase your happiness levels. It could be dancing to three songs in the morning. I
That's
like to
right.
dance in the morning. I play my favorite songs. Yes, it boosts my mood, it sets the tone, it gets me, very excited, and it's fun choosing those happy songs. Another thing that you can do in the morning is journal.
Mhm.
Journaling is so important. It's a way of keeping inventory of your own testimony and your own personal journey. So when you journal, for instance, you may have had a season in your life where it was a bit difficult, but you made it through. And so what that journal does is that it reminds you of your resiliency. If you went through something before, then it means that you have the tools to possibly get through it again. And it also serves as a reminder that we are stronger than we give ourselves credit for,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes we have such challenging times, but we made it through that we don't even remember how challenging it was. You know,
Yes.
we move on and we're doing something else. And so, yeah, it's important to
Yes.
journal. And I like what you're saying that priming your day doesn't have to be any one thing. You decide what will get your day going. You've also said set healthy boundaries. My co-host on Two Live Crew, Chris Johnny Daly, was talking about this yesterday, that sometimes we go out for the negative news and the negative WhatsApps and everything that's going to pull us down, man. We have to set some boundaries, that's all. I think I lost Rochelle for a second, but I'll read what it says.
Exactly. And so
Yes.
listen, you are in.
It says, be
Are you
intentional.
hearing me?
I'm hearing you now, Rochelle.
Wonderful.
All right, I'm going to ask him to pull that a second and get that fixed while I read what it says. Be intentional about the news you choose to consume. It is important to stay informed, but be mindful of how much time you dedicate to listening to doom and gloom. Limit your social media feed to positive accounts. I do that all the time. Research suggests that people who limit their time on social media tend to be happier than those who don't. Also, as best as possible, try to reduce interactions with the negative Nancy's. Yes, there's some people, the glass broke. The glass not even half empty, broke. Not so, Rochelle?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. And so you have to be so mindful of the energy that you allow in your space, whether through social media, whether through WhatsApp on the phone. And so I understand. We as human beings, we are prone to think negatively. We have 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day, and 80% of those thoughts are negative. And so when you think about it, if you are constantly in your own mind thinking negatively and then also exposing yourself to the negative news, the negative Nancy's, that is just a pile of just negativity constantly. So you have to break that up. And so how you do that is just being very mindful and taking inventory. Okay, what am I watching? Am I watching too much news? It is good to stay informed, but do you need to listen to the news all day?
yeah,
Shake it up.
yeah.
Play some music in that space, right? Who are you following on social media? Are they heightening your joy? It's really being very conscious of your day-to-day habits.
Yeah, and that takes us to seek the positive. Yeah,
Yes.
strongly, gratitude strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness because it's hard to complain and be grateful at the same time. So you have to strengthen your happiness muscles every day and go out and seek the positive. Yes?
Yes, every single day. It's like you have to wake up and choose happiness. It's not just going to drop or fall into your lap. So you have to wake up and be very intentional every day about choosing happiness, and what that looks like to each of us is very different. So today I set you free on your happiness journey. I hope you that I have discussed, and do it for 21 days. You'll be surprised that then it will just start becoming very automatic.
Yeah, yeah. I like the idea. Choose happiness. And if you choose happiness, it means you can't choose negativity at the same time. Pick a team. Pick a team. Choose team happiness and be happy. Rochelle, thank you so much for all of those tips and ideas. And I think 21 days, smile, folks. Let's do
21
this.
days.
Let's choose happiness. Thank you, Rochelle, for speaking
Thank you
with
for
us.
having me.
Have a great day. That was Rochelle Gapere, happiness coach and entrepreneur. We're going to take another break, but first, here's another performance. And before that, I have to make a correction. I did say the performance was by Nadine Blair, my good friend, but it was actually by Petra Kay. All right? Here's another performance.